13 signs to know if an introvert likes you. If you love this type of person, you'll definitely find a great destination. A little mystery always makes things more interesting, which is why introverts are so special. With their unique characteristics, it's no surprise that many people fall in love with them. But introverts don't easily reveal signs of liking someone. So how do you know if they have similar feelings for you? Here are 13 subtle signs that an introvert likes you. 1. They answer the phone or call you. For introverts, the act of making a phone call can be daunting. They're typically more comfortable with written communication like texting, as it gives them the time they need to think and express themselves clearly. Answering a phone call, let alone making one, requires them to step out of their comfort zone. If an introvert answers your call or, better yet, calls you, it's not just a small act, it's a deliberate choice. Introverts don't waste their energy on superficial interactions. So, when they pick up the phone for you, it means you're not just anyone. You're someone who matters deeply to them. Think about it. This is especially true for self-contained introverts, those who are particularly reserved and cautious in their interactions. They value their personal time and space above all else. If you've noticed them consistently making an effort to connect with you over the phone, it's a surefire sign that they see you as someone truly special. Why do introverts prefer texting? It's not because they don't like you. It's quite the opposite. Texting allows introverts to think before they respond, to carefully craft their words so they align with their thoughts. A phone call, on the other hand, can feel overwhelming for someone who prefers quiet reflection. Yet, when they're willing to forego their comfort for you, it speaks volumes about their feelings. A real-life example. Imagine this. Sarah is a deeply introverted person who rarely answers her phone, even for her closest friends. She values her solitude and finds the act of speaking on the phone to be mentally draining. But then she meets Tom. Slowly, she starts to answer his calls. At first, it's just a quick chat here and there. Then, one day, she surprises Tom by calling him first, asking about his day and sharing a story about her own. For Sarah, this small act was a huge step. It showed that she trusted Tom and wanted him to be part of her inner world. And for Tom, it was a clear sign that Sarah felt something deeper for him. The meaning behind their efforts. Introverts are deliberate in their actions. When they let you into their lives, it's because they see you as someone worth investing their time and energy in. Answering your phone call or calling you might seem like a simple thing, but for an introvert, it's a way of saying, "You matter to me." Building a connection with an introvert. If you're hoping to win over an introvert, patience is key. They open up slowly, but once they do, their loyalty and depth of emotion are unmatched. They appreciate someone who is steady, understanding, and respectful of their boundaries. Here's the beautiful part. Introverts value meaningful relationships. They don't form connections lightly. If they've chosen you, it means they see something extraordinary in you. And when you reciprocate that effort, you're laying the foundation for a connection that could last a lifetime. Final thoughts. So, if you notice an introvert making the effort to answer your calls, or even initiating one, cherish it. It's a gesture that carries much more meaning than it might seem. They're showing you that they trust you, care about you, and perhaps even see a future with you. By understanding and appreciating these small but significant signs, you're not only learning to read between the lines, but also embracing the unique beauty of loving an introvert. 2. They invite you into their personal space. For introverts, their personal space is more than just a physical location. It's a sanctuary. It's where they recharge, reflect, and find solace from the hustle and bustle of the outside world. Unlike extroverts, who thrive in social environments, introverts cherish their alone time, especially after a long and tiring week. So, If an introvert invites you into this sacred space, whether it's for dinner, a cozy movie night, or even just to hang out, it's no small gesture. It's a clear indication that you're someone they truly value. Why personal space matters so much to introverts. Introverts recharge by spending time alone. Their home or personal space is where they can fully be themselves, free from the pressures of socializing or putting on a facade. Allowing someone into this space is a big deal because it disrupts their usual routine of solitude. If they're willing to make this adjustment for you, it means you've earned their trust and they feel comfortable enough to let you see their true self. What this invitation really means. When an introvert invites you over, it's not just about spending time together. It's about prioritizing you over their usual need for solitude. It's their way of saying, I enjoy your presence so much that I'd rather be with you than spend time alone. This invitation is also an opportunity for them to connect with you in a setting where they feel the most at ease. Introverts are often more relaxed and open in their personal spaces, away from the overstimulation of public or crowded environments. By inviting you over, they're creating an environment where meaningful connections can flourish. A real-life scenario. Let's imagine Alex, an introvert who spends most weekends curled up with a good book or watching their favorite TV series. For Alex, these quiet moments are essential for recharging after a busy week. But then, they meet Jamie. Over time, Alex starts to enjoy Jamie's company so much that one weekend, instead of their usual routine, Alex invites Jamie over for a homemade dinner. This might seem like a casual gesture, but for Alex, it's a huge step. It shows that they're willing to share their sanctuary with Jamie, a space that was once reserved exclusively for their alone time. Jamie, in turn, feels special, knowing that they've been welcomed into Alex's private world. How to respond to their invitation. If an introvert invites you into their personal space, it's important to respect it. This means being mindful of their boundaries and appreciating the effort they've made to include you. Keep in mind that they're sharing something deeply personal, so your kindness and understanding will mean the world to them. Take this opportunity to bond with them on a deeper level. Engage in meaningful conversations. Share moments of quiet companionship, or simply enjoy the activity they've planned for you. By doing so, you're not just spending time together, you're building trust and strengthening your connection. The bigger picture. Introverts don't open their doors to just anyone. If you've been invited into their personal space, it's a sign that they feel comfortable and safe with you. It means they trust you enough to share their world and see you as someone who understands and appreciates their unique personality. This willingness to share their personal space is a beautiful sign of how much they value your presence. It shows that they see you as someone who adds joy, comfort, and meaning to their life, a person worth disrupting their cherished solitude for. Final thoughts. So, when an introvert asks you to come over, don't take it lightly. Accept their invitation with gratitude and recognize it for what it is, a meaningful step toward building a deeper, more intimate connection. With introverts, these moments are rare and precious, and by cherishing them, you're nurturing a relationship that has the potential to be both profound and lasting. 3. They accept your invitation and go out with you. For introverts, in-person meetings and socializing can feel overwhelming. They thrive in calm, familiar environments and often prefer the comfort of their own home over the energy and unpredictability of social gatherings. Attending parties or meeting in crowded places isn't something they do lightly, especially when it means stepping out of their cherished routine. But here's the key. If they're willing to leave their comfort zone and accept your invitation to go out, it's a significant sign that you're important to them. Why socializing is a big deal for introverts. Introverts recharge through solitude. Unlike extroverts who gain energy from being around people, introverts often find social interactions draining. especially in large groups or unfamiliar settings. Saying yes to your invitation means they're prioritizing your company over their need to recharge. It's not just about going out, it's about making an effort to be with you. What their effort means. If an introvert agrees to meet you in person, it's because they value your connection. Whether it's joining you for coffee, attending a small gathering, or even taking a walk in the park, this act speaks volumes about their willingness to make time for you, even if it pushes them outside their usual boundaries. It's also worth noting that introverts often prefer one-on-one interactions or small, intimate settings. So, if they suggest or agree to meet in such an environment, it shows they're trying to create a situation where they feel comfortable enough to connect with you meaningfully. A real-life example. Picture Emma, an introvert who typically spends her weekends enjoying hobbies at home or taking quiet strolls in her neighborhood. She rarely attends parties or accepts spontaneous invitations to go out. Then she meets Ryan. Ryan invites Emma to join him for a casual dinner at a quiet restaurant. At first, Emma hesitates. After all, stepping out of her routine feels uncomfortable. But she likes Ryan and decides to say yes. During the dinner, Ryan notices how Emma opens up, sharing stories and laughing over their meal. For Emma, saying yes to this invitation was a big step. It wasn't just about the dinner. It was about showing Ryan that she valued his company enough to leave her comfort zone. How to recognize their effort. When an introvert agrees to go out with you, pay attention to how they act and what they're willing to do. Even small gestures, like choosing to meet at a spot you like or extending the time they plan to spend with you, reflect their growing comfort and affection. How to make them feel at ease. If you've invited an introvert out, make an effort to choose a setting that aligns with their personality. Quiet cafes, scenic outdoor spots, or relaxed dinners are often better choices than loud or chaotic environments. By showing that you understand and respect their preferences, you'll deepen their trust and make the experience enjoyable for both of you. The bigger picture. An introvert's willingness to leave their comfort zone for you isn't just a casual decision. It's a gesture that reflects their growing feelings and commitment. It shows that they're willing to prioritize your company and share their time with you, even if it means stepping away from their usual routines. This effort may seem small on the surface, but for an introvert, it's a meaningful act of connection. They're showing you that you're worth the extra energy and thought it takes for them to engage in social settings. Final thoughts. So, the next time an introvert accepts your invitation and goes out with you, cherish the moment. Recognize it as a sign of their trust and appreciation for your presence in their life. By understanding the depth behind their actions, you're not just building a relationship, you're creating a bond that's based on genuine effort and mutual respect. 4. They remember details about you. When it comes to attention to detail, introverts shine. They are natural observers, often noticing things that others overlook. This quality makes them exceptional at remembering the small, seemingly insignificant details about the people they care about. If an introvert remembers your birthday, your favorite K-pop group, the way you like your coffee, or even a casual comment you made weeks ago, it's not just a coincidence. It's a sign that they're genuinely interested in you and paying close attention. Why introverts remember details? Introverts often process the world around them more deeply than extroverts. They take time to reflect on conversations and interactions, filing away small pieces of information that matter to them. This isn't something they do for everyone. It's reserved for the people they value. For an introvert, remembering details about you isn't just about storing facts. It's about building a deeper connection. These details allow them to understand you better and show you, in their own way, how much you mean to them, what their attention to detail really means. When an introvert recalls something you mentioned only once, it's their way of saying, I care about what's important to you. It could be as simple as bringing up a book you recommended or surprising you with tickets to see your favorite band. These thoughtful gestures are their subtle way of expressing affection. A real-life example. Let's imagine Ben, an introvert, who recently started spending more time with Chloe. During one of their conversations, Chloe casually mentioned her love for sunflowers and how they remind her of her childhood. A few weeks later, Ben surprises her with a small bouquet of sunflowers for no particular reason. For Ben, this wasn't a grand gesture, but a way to show Chloe that he listens and cares. For Chloe, it's a heartwarming sign of Ben's thoughtfulness and attention to detail. How to respond to their thoughtfulness. When an introvert remembers details about you, acknowledge their effort. A simple "wow, you remembered that," or "that's so thoughtful of you," goes a long way in encouraging them to open up even more. This positive reinforcement helps build trust and shows them that their effort is appreciated. It also deepens your connection, as it creates a cycle of mutual understanding and care. Why this matters in a relationship. Attention to detail is more than just a nice trait. It's a foundation for meaningful relationships. When an introvert remembers the little things about you, it shows they're not just listening. They're truly engaged and invested in understanding who you are. This trait often makes introverts fantastic partners. They use the knowledge they've gathered to create thoughtful surprises, anticipate your needs, and make you feel valued. Over time, these small acts of care add up, building a strong, lasting bond. The bigger picture. Introverts don't invest their time and energy in just anyone. If they're paying close attention to you and remembering all the little things, it's a sign that you hold a special place in their life. While they might not always express their feelings openly, their actions speak louder than words. Their ability to remember the details about you is a testament to their affection and genuine interest in who you are as a person. Final thoughts. So, if an introvert knows your favorite K-pop group or surprises you with your favorite snack after a tough day, don't take it lightly. These gestures might seem small, but for them, it's a meaningful way to show they care. Recognize their thoughtfulness, and you'll not only make them feel appreciated, but also strengthen your connection in a way that's uniquely special. 5. They don't shy away from personal topics. Introverts are naturally deep thinkers, and this quality makes them incredibly engaging conversationalists. When they feel a connection with someone, they don't hesitate to dive into meaningful and sometimes deeply personal topics. If an introvert shares stories about their challenging childhood, a personal loss, or a transformative life experience, it's a sign that they trust you deeply. These moments are rare and precious because introverts typically guard their inner world. Their openness invites you into a space where they feel most vulnerable, showing that they see you as someone worth sharing their heart with. Why this matters? For an introvert, these conversations aren't just about sharing, they're about creating intimacy. By letting you in on their inner thoughts and feelings, they're building a bridge of trust and understanding. Example: imagine Sarah, a quiet and reserved person, who opens up to her friend about the challenges she faced growing up. As she talks, her friend feels drawn in by Sarah's depth and honesty. For Sarah, this isn't just a conversation. It's a way to form a profound connection with someone she values. 6. They become more romantic over time. Unlike extroverts, whose affection often shines brightest at the beginning of a relationship, introverts have their own timeline for love. They may start slow, but their feelings grow deeper and more profound as they get to know you. An introvert's romantic gestures might not be flashy, but they're meaningful and heartfelt. Whether it's planning a quiet dinner for two or writing you a thoughtful note, their actions reflect their growing affection. The beauty of their love. Introverts may not rush into relationships, but their slow and steady approach ensures that the bond they create is strong and enduring. You'll never have to worry about the spark fading because their love is built on a solid foundation of trust, understanding, and mutual respect. Example: take Alex, who surprises their partner with a playlist of songs that remind them of their shared memories. It's a small but deeply personal gesture that speaks volumes about how much they care. 7. They keep your secrets and share theirs with you. Building trust with an introvert takes time, but once you've earned it, they'll guard your secrets as if they were their own. Introverts value loyalty and expect the same in return. When an introvert shares their own secrets with you, it's a significant milestone in your relationship. It means they trust you enough to let their guard down and be vulnerable. Example: imagine a reserved person who confides in you about a fear they've never told anyone. This act of sharing is a testament to how much they value your presence in their life. 8. They stay in touch. Staying in touch can be a challenge for introverts, especially those who are shy or prone to social anxiety. Yet, when they make an effort to reach out to you, it's a clear sign of how much you mean to them. For introverts, communication often requires energy, so their willingness to text, call, or meet up with you is a reflection of their affection. Example: if an introverted friend sends you a random text asking how your day was, don't take it lightly. It's their way of saying, "I care about you and want to stay connected." 9. They show you their collection. Introverts often have hobbies or collections that are deeply personal. Whether it's a bookshelf full of poetry, a carefully curated music playlist, or a stash of quirky trinkets, when they share these treasures with you, it's their way of opening up without words. Example: imagine someone showing you their favorite vinyl records and explaining why each one holds special meaning. Through their collection, they're giving you a glimpse into their personality and emotions. 10. They are loyal to you. Introverts are incredibly loyal partners. Once they've chosen you, they're committed to supporting and protecting you. While they may avoid conflict in general, they won't hesitate to stand up for you if the situation calls for it. Example: picture an introvert quietly stepping in to defend you during a heated discussion. Their actions might not be loud, but they're always purposeful and rooted in their care for you. 11. They are willing to go the extra mile. Introverts treasure their alone time and personal space, so it's no small thing when they make sacrifices for someone they care about. Whether it's maintaining a long-distance relationship or adjusting their routine to accommodate you, their efforts show just how much they value you. Example: an introvert might wake up early to send you a good morning text, even though they're not a morning person. These small yet meaningful gestures reflect their deep affection. 12. They respond to your complaints. Introverts are great listeners and problem solvers. If you come to them with frustrations or challenges, they'll not only listen but also offer thoughtful advice. Their calm demeanor and ability to empathize make them a source of comfort during tough times. Example: if you're venting about a bad day at work, an introvert might surprise you with both a listening ear and a practical solution to your problem. 13. They step out of their comfort zone. Introverts tend to be cautious and prefer observing from the sidelines. But when they like someone, they're willing to step outside their comfort zone. Whether it's trying a new activity, attending a social event, or initiating a conversation, these efforts show how much they value you. Example: if an introvert agrees to go to a crowded concert with you, even though they'd usually avoid such events, it's a clear sign they're prioritizing your happiness over their own preferences.